I am from DiveSense and we are looking forward to save millions of lives. We have more than 40 years of combined expertise in medical product development in North American and European region. We have a comprehensive team already working on this project and including a very capable engineering team and very senior vascular surgeons and vascular professors are helping us on our journey. The problem we have is that there are more than 700 million people in deep diabetic globally. Out of them, 45 million will develop foot ulcers within the next year. And sadly, 9 million in face amputations. Currently, there is no concrete way to detect it early on and prevent these ulcerations. So the patients wait until the ulcers comes in, then they go to hospital and get treated. That's where our solution DiveSense comes in. We have two devices, a clinical device and household device. The household device scans the patient's feet daily, and this is thermal and visual imaging. So they scan the feet and send those data to the cloud automatically, where medical professionals with the help of an AI engine will diagnose these images and identify any foot ulceration risk and call the patient to come to hospital and get more diagnosis. At hospital, we have our clinical device that helps the vascular surgeon to analyze the feet in depth, including identifying infections, calluses, long-term blood circulation issues, and wound classification. So those two devices in combination gives a comprehensive solution for foot ulcer prevention. But when the vascular surgeons have the correct tool, they can easily identify and do the preventive actions, including leg bypass surgeries and everything to prevent all these issues. Catering a number of unmet needs in the market, including this kind of full feet scan at home is not provided by anyone in the world. And last 2 years, we are developing this product as bootstrap model, and we have spent more than $250,000 on this project on our own money. And now we are looking forward to get the first investment round to continue with the development. We are looking for $850K for the next 16 months at a $6 million valuation, and mostly that will be used for engineering and certification with for marketing, OPEX and clinicals. The vascular surgeon has to buy this device and use that for scanning the patient's feet.
Okay. So how much is this device?
So this device, based on the country, there are regulations that you can't sell more than that, but normally in US you'll be selling it at $5,000, in European region around $3,500. Household device will be sold at around $1,000 to $1,500 based on the country, but the bigger revenue will be on subscriptions. So subscription for household, for an example, Netherlands will be 65 max based on their regulations, but US you can charge anything. We are thinking about around $100 per month.
So this is for people who have diabetes, to measure why they're having uncomfortable thing in the feet.
Actually, this is for the patients which were diagnosed by the doctors beforehand that they have very high risk of ulceration within the next year. For those patients, the risk of ulceration is more than 50%. If they detect ulceration at least 3 days early on at the infection level, they can save the feet. But if it is 3 days late, that will convert to an ulcer, and then it's 6 months in the hospital.
Does the insurance pay for the unit as well? Both. And the subscription?
Both.
Yes?
Okay.
So what would it take an Apple or a Samsung to disrupt what you have?
So Apple and Samsung, they are not that much into medtech, but Philips and Medtronic, they can disrupt us. So our best bet is to go with them, because if the 1.5 decades to cover the world, because we don't have that capability or that manpower to go there. We have patent covering the whole full feet scan at home. We really believe that we can win that patent. No one is having anything like that. So if we cover that thing, these guys would have to come with us.
Do you need a trained person to take the photos, or just a
No, it's just it's like a cleaning robot you have now, like Roomba type robot.
How do the doctors now screen the legs?
It's really sad now it doesn't happen. So the patients stay at home, and within a few days,
When there is a
wound, like if there's an infection, it converts to wound. Luckily, if the patient go to the hospital within that time, doctor can easily identify that visually looking at it, but sometimes you can miss the infection if it is not out.
FDA approval takes a long time, it's a big risk. Is there a way that you can do some work in countries like Sri Lanka, Singapore, etc. before approval?
NMRA takes way more than FDA time-wise. I wouldn't go for NMRA at all. And Sri Lanka is not a proper I can sell it in Sri Lanka, but not as a revenue, because insurance reimbursement is based on how much expense insurance takes. Sri Lanka is not big expense for insurance companies.
Yeah. Your predictive algorithm is not built yet.
So initially we are launching as a normal scanner, like ultrasound scanner. Also, you don't have predictive algorithm. Doctor is diagnosing that.
Yeah.
So we have a doctor in loop. The AI engine, we are building the algorithm. It will be finished by next year, but it will take 2031 to certify, because this is the AI algorithm diagnose.
Okay. So you are
automatically.
launching the scanner,
Scanner.
and then you're using that data to then build the algorithm
Yeah.
in 2-3 years time.
Algorithm is actually quite easy, and we are already testing on that. Only thing is we need concrete patient data and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
class 3
You need
certification
to
to
go
go.
through clinical.
You take globally, where is your best market to go and launch? Where is diabetes out of proportion and you
We
can
have
get in?
three criteria. One is the density of the patients. Like say if it is Singapore, it's only one city, is quite easy to implement there. And doctor to patient percentage. So it's very little low in Singapore, high in Belgium, very high in Dubai likewise. Third one is insurance reimbursement revenue, like IRR for them. So for some countries like Singapore, it will be more than 200% for insurance reimbursement, their rate of return. And Netherlands, most of the Western Europe is more than 200%. US is even higher. But in some countries like Sri Lanka, India, it's negative. And in any Middle East country other than Dubai, it will be less than 100. So based on those criteria, we selected where to go first.
So I'm really excited to be here. Thank you for giving us the opportunity. We built a company called DocuPath. It's in the intelligent document processing space. We take unstructured business documents and convert it into structured formats using a bunch of different technologies. We've been in early stage companies, we've scaled it, and that's something that we're really excited to try and do again. And also our team is entirely Sri Lankan. So in a geography that's dominated by outsourcing, we're really excited to be able to build a product company and then share the value back to the people that are building it. So if you look at the IDP market, or the market that we play in, it's a $60 billion market growing at 30% CAGR. And the predominant technology that exists today is OCR. And so OCR is a great technology built for scanners. You take optical characters and then you convert them into data. But the problem with OCR is that it's made to read, so it doesn't really understand. So what you do is you have machine learning pipelines, that you have thousands of templates. If a business document comes in, like an invoice or a purchase order or a contract, you would then train the systems by drawing boundary boxes. But of course, all of that breaks because documents are messy, different languages, different layouts, etc. And so then you have actually humans sitting in countries like Sri Lanka, India, Bangladesh that actually key in all of these documents. So on average, it's a 24-hour turnaround time on an SLA, and it costs anywhere between 1 to 3 euros to process a document. We can do this in under 8 minutes, and we do so using a combination of technologies, which is what I'm excited to talk about today. So first of all, if you look at how fast LLMs are improving and all of the foundational models that exist today, one of the key things that makes us different is that we're building our own customized LLM on top of a foundation model that's vertical specific and that's fine-tuned. And so this gives us precision better than using a foundation model that's available today. On top of that, we also have a thing called an AI model garden, where we choose between reasoning, non-reasoning models, multi-model AI, so that there's superiority in the way that we offer the solution. There's also a multi-shot prompt engineering approach that's tailored to certain document types. And we have vertical specific pipelines or workflows that are built that work for specific use cases, which makes our offering a lot more powerful in the market. We are also AI native, and we are partner first, which gives us an advantage, because if you look at a lot of the large incumbent players, there is inefficiency built into how they sell their solutions today, which gives us an advantage in how we offer our solution.
This market is huge and it's growing very quickly. IDP is a pretty broad sector or space. What we bench ourselves against are much more niched players that are in the document processing and extraction space. In terms of ICP, we'll focus on software providers, but also professional services, so BPOs, MSPs. And business model pretty straightforward, as it is a transaction fee or document processing fee and a license fee. At the core of things, we're building the product to cater for long-term an array of different documents or processes. Initially, though, we're focusing on invoices and purchase orders, which are essentially processes or spaces that we have a ton of experience on.
Sorry, a technical question on that. Have you benchmarked your LLM versus a generalized LLM to see what the difference in accuracy, etc. is? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Our benchmark is significantly higher. There's also value across the chain itself. So for example, if you look at a purchase order, there's a process called the clearing on process. So for example, to be able to upload your catalog, do transformations, rejections, do organization-specific or trading pair-specific natural language rules, all of those capabilities are capabilities that we provide through our product. So it's not just having an LLM. And the other thing that we noticed was that, I mean, LLMs will continue to improve. The cost of tokens will continue to be downstream, right? So we kind of think of it as like a racing car where the engine will continue to evolve and we build the peripheral tools on top of it. And so in that sense, we have what we call an AI model garden that I mentioned before. So reasoning, non-reasoning models, using vision, non-vision for various tasks, being able to capitalize on all of that. And then if you look at the specific verticals that we work on, doing multi-shot prompt engineering there so that we are able to deliver significantly better outputs than what foundation models are able to provide today is something that we focus on.
The LLMs are an important component, but it's how we do things in sequence and how we adjust to the customer's requirements and their systems and their processes that really sets us apart. LLMs take us far, but definitely not all the way to be able to solve these problems. And I just want to mention this, we're not actively fundraising at the moment, but...
If you're not raising funds, then why are you here?
We're not saying that we won't raise funds, we will raise funds in the future, but we're also looking for strategic advisors, people that can help us, and we're always open to talking to people to see how we can orchestrate something together.
The paramount is the document security, right? You've not discussed about that because you're talking about scanning documents, processing documents. What's your security, portion of this software? Also, DocuSign does something similar to this, but also gives you the capability to be able to sign virtual documents. Are you looking at any other vertical integrations into this model, or is this your model per se? What is your future plans?
So the way that we build the system, everything is hosted on AWS. And so in that sense, we also have like SSL encryption, all of the basic security mechanisms in place. When it comes to certain document types, there are things that we can't do. So for example, in healthcare, we can't process like healthcare information, or if there is personally identifiable information, then that's something that we can't process. But we have different deployments across different regions, so that, for example, if it's GDPR, we are compliant with that, and that's something that we've gone extensively with partners. So if you look at some of our initial use cases where we're going from limited availability to general availability now, they are with very large companies where we have spent several months with them just as part of the onboarding process, covering all of these questions. Yeah, I'm happy to give a detailed answer later.
With that said, in terms of players like DocuSign, they don't really do this except for the import part of contracts. In the context of invoices and purchase orders, yes, you have legacy systems out there, but the biggest change here is that the accuracy is way ahead of what these platforms were able to do, and we've tested each one of those. We're performing better than them. So that, together with the fact that, again, we have the relationships we do, we have customers that are bringing us in front of more customers or partners, I think paves the way for us to be able to get this product in the market very quickly.
Good morning, judges. The future of PetDoc is here. My name is Themia Gamni Tilaka, and this is Lakshan Kulatilaka. We are the co-founders of PetDoc. So why PetDoc? We have identified many strong pain points among the pet community, not only in Sri Lanka, but around the world. For example, if your pet has a skin rash or eye discharge, which specialist are you going to reach out to? If you want to go on your dream vacation, who's going to look after your pet? And with many strong points, we have introduced an all-in-one platform for pet community and the pet parents, strengthened by 4 main pillars: the veterinary services, pet service providers, e-commerce platform, and our latest addition, pet community service for pet shelters and pet adoptions. So looking at the competitor analysis, as you can see, PetDoc is a super app with comparison to the competitors in Sri Lanka and Singapore, where they have only fragments in the pet space. Our go-to-market strategy is that we have already completed stages 1 and 2, and we look forward to scaling up to 150 plus service providers and veterinarians with an expansion to Southeast Asia. And stages 5 and 6 would be innovating our app based on user feedback, making using AI models, and build and support the community and making them the stakeholders of our company. And with an investment, we believe in Singapore and Sri Lanka, we can introduce new revenue streams such as cross-selling, subscription plans, and geographic expansion. So how we are going to utilize this is by introducing within the next 18 to 24 months, mainly focusing on sales and marketing and app development using AI models.
So I think there is a lot of potential in this particular app, but I think you need to relook at your revenue models and how you really sustain it. I think everybody loves a pet. I mean, I have three pets, Zoe, Petal, and Sophie. So I spend much more than this on them. So I think the market is there, but I think you need your market business strategy, I think, needs to be relooked at, and your numbers need to be relooked at. But saying that, there is a great potential in this area.
My recommendation, because there's a higher spend in markets like Singapore, etc., is try and get that ecosystem going rather than focusing here. Because there's going to be more revenue, right? You guys have done the hard yards. Maybe do it in a better market or bigger market.
Once you set it up, it'll just run. And once you have your partnerships established, like in the food industry, the pet grooming, the walking, that kind of thing. So these industries are not set up in Sri Lanka yet. Unless you're going to set it up in Sri Lanka, there is a market potential, definitely.
Actually, we have partnered with these service providers.
On the equity side, are you set on that amount, or are you flexible?
It's negotiable.
Negotiable, okay.
And with our past experience, what we're seeing in out of Sri Lanka is like the grooming industry. It's a very expanding market where you have the mobile groomers as well. We're trying to introduce the mobile grooming concept to Sri Lanka as well now. We have certain companies starting on it at a lower scale. So with our app actually, so they can customize their services and book accordingly.
What about the pet, their medical records? This is something also, I mean, the vets have it here, they have it online, which is actually better than our health service. So my pet's, medical details are much better than mine. So
Absolutely right.
What are you looking in that area? I'm interested.
You can store your pet records, like in case if you want. So for example, if you change your vet from vet A to vet B, still the medical records are already there, so that the other vet can always review the past history and consult based on that.
The pitches are finished, the business models have been refined. From raw potential in the deal room to world-class execution on day 2, the transformation is complete. But the biggest moment is still to come. Next time, on the series finale of Startup Nation, it's Demo Day. We bring you the final winning pitches, the high-stakes investment reveals, and highlights from our panel discussion with the visionaries shaping the future of our economy. $150,000 is ready to be deployed. Who will take the lead? Stay tuned.